Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Fumble Live. It is Friday. We made it through what seems like a very long week, but we have a lot to recap, specifically last night's game, because Chris and everybody else who said the Giants were going to win the NFC East, you guys have some explaining to do. We're going to break that down because they are getting dragged because of last night's appearance. And Chris is going to break down an interesting conspiracy theory between the Lakers and the Grizzlies. Can't wait to get to that into the post up. But before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends. And now here is the Fumble Squad. I'm your host, Jackie Ray. You can follow me on all things social media at JRayTheFanatic.
It is your boy Chris. You can find me everywhere at CK2K on this actual Friday. Jackie, we're caught up. We're here. It's actually Friday. You can believe it.
Don't get mad at me for thinking ahead. I was ready for Friday yesterday. It's literally threw my whole day off yesterday. I kept thinking, am I supposed to do something? But everything I was thinking I was supposed to do was for today. My whole day was messed up. So we're going to get it. And I'm excited to get into the weekend. I'm also excited to see how you and everybody in the chat who was just on this whole Giants train is feeling. So let's just jump right into our need to know. Don't roll your eyes at me, sir. You the one who said it. So I'm sure you saw last night's game. I think one of the main things I took out of this were the quarterbacks on both sides of the ball, I thought did pretty well, especially Taylor in the absence of Ryan Fitzpatrick. I think those are easy shoes to fill, but that's a story for another day. So the Giants are getting dragged because they played, I don't want to say they played badly, but they did shoot themselves in the foot. They were leading in the first quarter. Basically, that was it. They were leading 7-0 in the first quarter. Daniel Jones had some great highlights. He had 95 rushing yards versus Washington. He was leading the team in rushing, which I do think is a problem. But that was the first time a quarterback for the Giants has rushed for that many yards since 1950. So it was a big deal in that aspect. But it wasn't enough to beat Washington and Taylor Hinkie. He was the first Washington quarterback with 300-plus passing yards and two touchdown passes since Case Keenum in Week 3 of 2019. Wow. So that's some crazy, crazy stats there. And again, Chris, I got to revert back to you because it was you, and I don't remember who else, but a few people in the chat said that the Giants were going to win the NFC East. Sure. How are you? I know it's only 2 games in, and you always like to say, week 4, week 5, but it's
facts.
Are you still saying that they're going to win the NFC East?
Look, man, all I know is, like I said, this is me talking for the streets because, again, I have my allegiance with the Saints, but being a Knicks fan, I hear a lot about the Giants by proxy. So the one thing I kept hearing about was this, Joe Judge guy and defense and whatnot, and tell me why the offense did what they were supposed to do. But the main part that this guy was brought in for, the defense, looked awful for the second week in a row. Now, Danny Dimes, we're going to change his name from Danny Dimes to Danny Drives because that man was out there. I guess in New York they call him Vanilla Vic, and I'm like, oh, okay, because he was rushing out there. They called him Vanilla Vic. So I was like, all right. He's like, because I did not know he could run like that. He was Daniel Jones, outside of a lot of overthrown balls to my guy Kenny GALLODAY. We're going to talk about that later. He looked really good yesterday, so I can't put any fault on the offense, to be completely real. They did their damn job, but for this team to have their backup quarterback in Taylor Hinkie, who played phenomenal yesterday, but the defense, which was supposed to be your team's calling card, played so pedestrian. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like I still kind of feel confident because it's only 2 weeks in. They're used to being 0-2, but at the same time, like I said, I know we both hate this team. The Washington football team was going to be my, my underdog, even though they won it last year for this division because, like I said, they're just well-rounded, and we saw that last night, especially with the backup quarterback in Taylor Hinkie. So, I don't know. I'm not going to use the excuse, but we'll see week 4, week 5 because the defense was atrocious last night, and I that's supposed to be their calling card. Where was it?
Yeah, the defense actually shot themselves in the foot. It wasn't that they weren't making some plays. It was penalties on other plays that put Washington in position and took the ball, killed their drive entirely. So, but of course, the trolling has begun. So let's throw up this first one. So this one's interesting. The Giants are, and like you said, they're used to this. They are an 0-2 start season for the 8th time in the last 9 seasons. Now, again, I know this is what they're used to, but this is not something that you should be used to doing. You should not be going 0-2 off top, because it's like now it's an uphill battle, especially because this division is always so tight. I think this is a horrible stat to have as the New York Giants. Fans are, of course, mad. I have a tweet in response to that says quarterback sucks, aren't running back not healthy, don't have running back depth, pursue an elite wide receiver in the offseason instead of O-line depth, drafted poorly. What did they expect? So I don't know if I'm not gonna jump on the quarterback sucks bandwagon, though. I just don't think that is necessarily true. He was 22 for 32, 249 yards, 1 touchdown pass, should have been 2 touchdown passes, but it wasn't. And a matter of fact, let me show you one problem specifically that shows that Daniel's doing his job, but the wide receiver didn't. And let me just show you this really quick. Take a look.
Divisional rival. First down, Jones airs it out, has Slayton dropped.
So that's Darius Slayton. So that takes me into my next point, because Kadarius Toney, he is the rookie over there, and he was visibly frustrated on the sideline with the way that things were going. He and head coach Coach Judd had a conversation, and then he did not return to the game after that, which I thought was interesting because he only played 19 snaps. He was not targeted at all by Daniel Jones, and he is 4th on the receiver list, and that is so Kenny Galladay, Sterling Shepard, and then Darius Slayton, who was out there dropping passes. So I think this is a legitimate thing to be upset about, Chris. I think it's legitimate. You clearly do not, but the eye roll. But if you got your boy out here dropping passes, your passing game is not that great, why not give the rookie a shot?
Because we got literally the drive before that one, Darius Slayton made a phenomenal catch for a touchdown. I mean, I'm not trying to excuse, you got to catch that damn ball when you that butt naked open. I'm not gonna co-sign that, but at the same time, I'm not ready to bash on Darius Slayton just yet. Because as great as Daniel Dimes was, I still feel like that one was a bit out of reach. I know we're gonna point it in the hands of Darius Slayton because he was the open receiver. I get that. I'm not trying to defend him, but as far as the whole Kadarius Toney stuff, and again, I'm hearing from the streets. A lot of Giants fans, it's very similar to the Knicks fandom. They get really upset when they see a rookie, a guy that they're excited about, not getting any burn. But was he really that good to begin with? I remember in the draft, people were even trying to figure out why the Giants drafted that guy. That tweet was perfect, except for I'm with you on the Daniel Jones thing. I think we got to give Daniel Jones some love because he actually is having a good start to the season. Right. But everything else is right. Saquon Barkley Saquon Barkley is unhealthy, and then they didn't do anything about it by getting any other running backs behind them. They didn't focus on the offensive line at all, and shout out to offensive line for doing their damn job yesterday. They were phenomenal yesterday for being as mediocre as they are, and then they expect that they pay all this money for Kenny Galladay, a guy that Daniel Jones can't really get the ball to. I don't know. So for me, for the Toney conversation, do we know if he's even that good yet? I get he's frustrated, but when you're 4th on the board, and Slayton was the only wide receiver of the bunch to have a touchdown, so I really don't know if I can really give him that kind of argument. I know he dropped that ball; it happens, but I don't know. I'm not sold on Toney. If you cannot tell by my response right now, I think he's going to be okay, but I think that. Yeah, I just think that when he does get the opportunity, he's not going to be that much better, and I think that they have the right 3 getting the brunt of the touches. Let's get Kenny Galladay the ball first before we talk about the rookie.
Yeah, you have to give Kenny the ball first because he's got all the money. You got to make sure you get your money's worth.
He's
right?
that guy.
But at the same time, if you're going to put me in for 19 snaps and we're struggling against the Washington football team, at least send something over my way. And obviously he's passionate. I don't like the rookie getting in visible confrontation with the head coach. I think that's problematic, but I do also at the same time appreciate his passion. I know you want to get in there and play, especially when you see that your team is struggling. The Saquon Barkley thing, okay, that's just comes with the territory. He's coming off of an ACL injury. It's going to take him time to get back to normal, although 57 yards is way below normal. You should have some depth when you know that you have this running back that's coming off of this injury. Where is the depth? Where is the help? And they just didn't They just didn't do that. So let's get into another funny point. And this is just salt in the wood.
Oh, come on, son.
Giants have started 0-2 every year since taking this photo. Y'all see my boy in there. That's 2017 when my boy Odell was over there. Come on now. Come on, Giants. I just feel every time I see that picture, I get confused because it looks like there's two Trey Songz on that boat, and I'm trying to figure out how the hell they did that. Like, there's the one in the top that's standing up, and then there's the one that's sitting down on the left. How the hell is there two Trey Songz? Kind of when the Photoshop is this? The one sitting down is the actual Trey Songz, right?
Or is he? I don't know, because look, they both look like the same dude. The dude in the middle and the dude sitting down. Who the hell is that? I don't know. Sorry. Every time I see the picture, I'm like, why is there two Trey Songz? Why the hell there's so many men on this damn boat? Anyways, every time I see this picture, it just blows my mind.
And that was all the questions that we asked exactly when this actual picture came out.
I remember.
Why are there's not one girl on this boat? Like, what are y'all doing on this boat?
She was driving. She was driving. I'll give him a benefit of the doubt. Y'all looking great.
Good times. All right. So what can the Giants do week 3 and on to make sure that they actually do what you and everybody else said they would do and win this division?
I hate that I'm getting clumped over there. How old am I? I'm 30. No, I know. No, you're right. No, you're right. But I hate that I get clumped in. Look, 17 years ago, I made my decision to not be a New York fan in football realm because I said, you know what? I like this Aaron Brooks guy. I like the Saints. And here I am years later, and I'm still getting tied together with these damn Giants. Now the Jets going to do something, and then you'd be like, oh, so Chris, man, you said the other day that you liked Zach Wilson's cleats, so now I know you like the Jets. Okay. Now, that's just me trying to buy some time. Look, the Giants, all they have to do is their defense needs to be the defense that they've been talking about this entire offseason. All Joe Judge is talking about is the defense. Everybody's been talking about defense, media, defense. Before this game, defense. Everybody's saying defense, and then they go out there and play, and the defense look like Pop Warner. They do not look like the defense that they're supposed to be. So when that defense figures it out, the Giants will figure it out because Daniel Jones is doing his part. The offense will figure themselves out. I don't think the Kenny Galladay drama is going to be that much drama going into week 4, week 5, and we'll see what happens with Tooney, or Tony, or whatever, how you say his last name. But the defense is the main priority for this team if they want to turn it around.
Yeah, I would say in that same vein, though, don't shoot yourself in the foot defensively. These penalties that they were getting really played a big part in why they didn't do what they were supposed to be doing. So just make smart moves. I saw a couple of late hits. Y'all know better than to do helmet to helmet. That cost you a big one as well. So
stupid.
Just common sense penalties that shouldn't happen. Make sure they don't happen, and we shall see. I'm still not going with the Giants in the NFC East. I kind of said Eagles or Washington. But I don't care what happens over there in the NFC East. Let me just make sure everybody knows that because I have.
And neither do I. Stop it. Don't put me on this. That was the question for that live, and I answered the question. I do not care. The Cowboys could win the division. I'd be fine. I don't care.
All right. So just so everybody knows, who that? We both represent who that over there. But Chris represents for New York, so he's always going to have to field these questions. So you don't have these whole reactions when I have you represent for New York. That's just what it is.
I ran away for a reason.
Let's go on to this next Need to Know news so Chris can get out of his New York representation, at least at this moment.
Just for the Giants.
Yes. This one is hilariously wrong to me. And it's interesting because it's like you're creating a narrative where a narrative does not exist. Let me just go on record and represent for all the Laker Nation and say that we are looking forward to the point in time where Clippers get the hell out of our arena. We will help usher you out. We don't want you there. We don't feel no type of way about that. We'd be glad when y'all gone. Let me just go ahead and say that on behalf of Laker Nation. I think I can say that with all confidence that I represent the majority of Laker Nation, but Steve Ballmer has a different feeling about that. He feels like the Lakers are going to be threatened by the departure of the Clippers from the Staples Center. These are the things that you have to dream up in your head because there's no reality based in this. But let's go ahead and read his quote. He says, "We're good now, and we're going to be good, a year in and year out. we are going to build our own building, more of our own identity, more of our own personality. And I think some of the fans on the other side, if you will, is like, what? You dare to question our supremacy? Ain't nobody in Laker Nation said that. Let me just let you know, we ain't thought about y'all like that at all. He says there's 30 teams in the league. There's 29 others. And we got the one that happens to be based in LA. And we got our fans. We use our expression, LA our way. And we're building our own presence, identity. And if the other guys feel a little threatened, the other guys fans, the players are actually a little different deal. But if they feel a little threatened, that's okay. It means we're doing good. I mean, whatever you need to help you sleep at night, Mr. Steve Ballmer, but I can promise you, we do not care. We are so excited to be leaving our arena. We do not care. We ain't thought about you in that new arena, aside from the fact of us saying, oh, we're going to go check it out. That arena might be cool. Aside from that, we ain't thought about y'all. We don't care. We don't even know the exact location. We know it's in Inglewood, and half of us have blocked it out that it's by the Forum. We do not care, like, at all. Congratulations. Break ground. Spend that money. So instead of sucking in downtown, y'all can be the little brother in Inglewood. We do not care. But they went ahead and made this whole thing, this whole, LA our way. And let me tell you, this hype video is the most fall asleep hype video I have ever seen in my life, which adds to the we do not care. Let me just show you this 30 seconds of this 2-minute sleepy hype. That's what I'm calling it. It's sleepy hype. Let's take a look.
Home is LA. Palmdale, Mobile. The city, the beach, the playgrounds, the skate parks, the hot spots, the taco trucks, and the Intuit Dome.
Okay. LA is our city. Palmdale. Don't nobody say LA is our city and then go right to Palmdale. Come on. And then Kawhi's nonchalant, boring voice, and that's your hype video.
Man, come on, leave Kawhi alone.
No, Chris. Are you going to give any validity to the dreams that Steve Ballmer is dreaming up at night?
So this conversation is always tricky for me because, I always say, giving the microphone to Steve Ballmer is like giving the microphone to a White LeVar Ball. Like you never know what's going to come out of his mouth, and you know that's going to be something that's going to have people shaking their head and rolling their eyes. And that quote was definitely an example of that. But I always have to tread lightly with this because being a Knicks fan, and my hatred for the Nets and all the trash I talk about the Nets. So I have to tread lightly because you also know I'm not a big fan of the Lakers. So when I defend the Clippers, it's almost hypocritical. Almost. It's not quite, but it's almost hypocritical because it's like, well, if you're going to defend the Clippers, why not defend the damn Nets? It's different. But I will say this. I'm excited about them getting their own stadium. I think that's what needed to happen for the longest time because they were going to forever have that younger brother conversation. You're going to see the banners. I don't care if you put things over the banners. They're there, okay? The fans go in there knowing that this is the town or this is the building that Kobe and Shaq built. Like, there ain't nothing around that, right? So I'm happy that they're getting their own identity, getting their own building. I'm happy for Inglewood. I think it's going to be dope to have a little situation over there with that and SoFi. Like, I think all that's cool. But as far as Steve Ballmer's quotes and stuff like that, I mean, he has to pump his chest a little bit, but you got to tread lightly on what you're saying because as a Knicks fan, understand this. There might be some Clippers fans in LA, but the majority are Lakers fans. So you tread lightly on how you try and make your fan base going forward because you can lose fans way easier than you can make them knowing that you're going to be always and forever the little brother team. Now, as a Knicks fan, I can admittedly say that we're only 2 championships ahead of the Nets. Clippers ain't got that. Y'all damn, 18 championships away from the Lakers. Y'all got a lot of work to make up. So all I say is I'm happy for them. This is great for the Clippers, great for the organization. Keep it rolling. But if I was them, I'd just be silent killers if I was a Clipper owner. I'd just be doing my thing in silence and just not even worry about trying to compete in a war of words with the Lakers. To me, it's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. There's nothing you can say that Lakers fans will not meme or come back with. So, like I said, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to be the little brother in big cities, and the Clippers are seeing that right now.
Yeah, and for him to even say that it was the fans, like, oh, the players are probably fine.
Yeah,
the fans. Yeah. I mean, come on, man. We have not thought about y'all like that, and I have been to Clippers games. Let me just say, because I have a friend who has a box seat, so I've gone to Clippers games. I will say Clippers fans are hype. Their cheerleaders, in my opinion, are better than the Lakers cheerleaders, but that's all I'm going to give y'all.
For sure. That's a fact.
But it's funny to me to walk in there, and because I always walk in there when I go to Clippers games, I always walk in there in my Laker gear because I don't want no problems. I don't know,
right.
You know? And then you get the looks, like people like, But then all I have to do is look up and be like, right behind that little banner right there that is just temporarily hanging is permanently affixed Laker banner. You do know that, right? Like you just got we got to iron them when we bringing them out because they've been in the back folded. So we don't care about y'all leaving. We happy. Steve Ballmer, if it makes you feel better to think that we care, we do not. Little brothers have to move out of the house at some house.
Boy.
We just getting out of mama's house. Built mama's house. So stop it.
We just getting out of mama's house. Y'all about 10 years too damn late. They're like 40 years old moving out of mama's house. Like, what the hell took you so damn long? You should have been going years ago.
Like, I'm trying to do my thing too now.
Y'all holding me up. Yeah, that is hilarious. Oh my God.
So, congratulations, Steve.
Man.
Feel good about yourself. But that's all I got for Need to Know News.
Yeah.
Let's get into the post up.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday. That means it's time for a Friday edition of Post Up with your boy Chris. Yeah, man, it's so hard to defend the Clippers. I do like the Clippers, like Jackie said, the Clippers fans, the few that are there, they're fun, they're hyped up. But at the same time, like I said, when they shoot themselves in the foot like this, I just be like, I can't. What can I say? I can't help you guys out. Anyways, excited about the new building. It's gonna be fun. But let's move into let's talk about the other team, the big brother team, the Los Angeles Lakers, because it's not posted without a conspiracy. And this is a conspiracy that I've been trying to put together for a long time. And I'm so glad that the internet was able to put in the final pieces for me when I started to not care a little bit. And that is the conspiracy around the Los Angeles Lakers and the Memphis Grizzlies. Have you noticed how the Lakers and the Grizzlies are always doing business with each other in some way, shape, or form every, 4 or 5 years? Maybe less than that. Pau Gasol is the one that started the entire thing, okay? And it looks like that the Twitter detectives have been putting this whole thing together, and I'm ready to start this conversation with y'all. Look at this. They got a whole yellow and blue board. Not purple and gold, not whatever the Memphis Grizzlies color. No, this is both of them together because, as you can see, they are doing business. The Lakers and Grizzlies have been conspiring for years. Years. You hear my voice go down? Years. The law has been happening a long time. Let's go into the next slide right here so we can show you where it all began. I wish we could have some music in the background, but let me show you where it all began. 2008. Kobe Bryant, we talked about this not too long ago. Kobe Bryant was on his way out. He said, I've had enough with the Lakers. Y'all ain't going to do nothing for me. All these other people get who they want. You ain't going to give me nothing. Lakers said, hold on, Kobe, don't go nowhere. We got something for you. They got him Pau Gasol. Pau Gasol, I've seen Pau Gasol give work to people like Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, all the best big men that you've ever talked about. And then he was just gifted to the Lakers for who? His brother who's overseas, Kwame Brown, Javaris Crittenton, who? Aaron McKee, way past his prime, and picks. What would those picks turn into? We'll get into that later. And Pau Gasol went on to join Kobe Bryant and win 2 championships with the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, no, wait. Unfortunately, they didn't win that one. Celtics won that one, but no 9 in 2010. But it doesn't end there. We go to the next slide. 2019. 10 years later, Grizzlies said, knock, knock. Hey, Lakers, remember us? Let me help y'all out real quick. The Grizzlies waived Dwight Howard after Dwight Howard was moved over to the Grizzlies, and we all knew he didn't want to go there, and then he was waived magically waved away. Deion Waiters and Avery Bradley, all the magically disappearing from the Memphis Grizzlies to go and sign with the Los Angeles Lakers. What else happened in 2019? The Lakers won a championship. Conspiracy. The Grizzlies helping them out yet again. The Grizzlies like, you know what? If we can't win, we'll help the Lakers win. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the Grizzlies get out of this deal. But here we are again. And now we go to another, and I think this is our final slide. Here we are in 2021. Look at all those happy faces. And you can see that there's 4 happy faces and 1 face from Rajon Rondo because they know what they're doing. There's collusion in the waters. 2021, 2 years after the last deal in 2019, the Grizzlies waived Rajon Rondo to sign eventually with the Los Angeles Lakers. Then they traded for Marc Gasol. Now I'm sure on the outside everybody's looking at this like, oh, Marc Gasol's going back. Oh, Marc Gasol going back to the Grizzlies. No. Yes, but no. What the Grizzlies did is they helped the Lakers out by helping them save money, about $10 million. But, of course, it'll get covered up as a happy story. Like, oh, Grizzlies, oh, yeah, Marc Gasol's back. The Grizzlies have some sort of stakes in the Lakers. I don't know what yet, but we're going to get to the bottom of this. Right? Look at Rajon Rondo's face to the far right. He knows. Jackie Ray, do you think that this is a conspiracy with some legs? Or do you think that these fans, these detectives, are reaching?
I think these are 40-year-olds still living in their mama's house with too much time. That's what I think. How do you come to this conclusion? Why would any team in the NBA help the Lakers?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm also looking at the Pelicans too. I'm looking at the Pelicans, like, because you never see Western Conference teams trade within the Western Conference. The Eastern Conference be doing it all the time because the Eastern Conference, they like the stupid stepchild that don't know how to figure it all out. Like, yeah, you want him? Oh yeah, well, you can have him. But Western Conference normally, like, you know, if they know a team that they're competing against wants to play, they're gonna send them far east, or they're gonna send them somewhere that is going to compete against the team that wants them. That's how the West works. But all of a sudden, Memphis trying to do work with the Lakers, New Orleans doing work with the Lakers. I'm just saying, man.
Now,
you think that these mobs?
I did think, I was like, damn, y'all just let us move the whole squad. Like, y'all just didn't even. Okay, fine, we'll take them. The Pelicans one, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I'm still working on that one. Give me time on that one.
I mean, if this is a conspiracy, I'm with it because that means we're going to win the championship this season. So, based on the evidence that you presented, the way the lines go, we should be winning a championship this season.
Yeah, you're going to get a championship out of it. I don't know if it necessarily means this season because in 2008 y'all didn't win that year, but in 2019 you guys did win that year. Yeah, but regardless, you got championships out of it though.
Yeah, but with the way the Father Time works and LeBron,
it needs to be this year. Oh, okay.
But I mean, I love a good conspiracy theory, and 9 times out of 10, I'll be like, "Ooh, I can see it." I can't see it right now. I just can't.
So you just all right. So you just gonna turn a blind eye? Yeah, Kwame Brown made sense. Javaris Crittenton, yeah, that's a good deal for Pau Gasol.
I mean, I didn't say it made sense, but maybe somebody over there is a Laker fan deep down in their heart, and they just
and there it is. You're a believer. You just admit it without even knowing you admit it. There it is. So I don't need to hear anymore. No, I need to hear anymore. I don't need to hear anymore. Nope, Jackie just believe. She just said it. She said exactly what I'm believing. Somebody upstairs, it has some stakes in the Lakers. Jackie just said it. You heard her. I didn't even say it. I didn't even get the time to say it. Jackie said it. So Jackie believes. Nope. Shocker, and she's in. All right, moving on. All right, away from conspiracies. Actually, there's kind of a little bit of conspiracy here because I feel like the internet's pointing fingers at GALLODAY and Daniel Jones. But I saw this clip completely different. We talked about the not nightmare, but the the very, very big epic fail of the New York Giants after playing a great, tremendous game and then losing the way that they lost. There's a lot of ifs, ands, whats, maybes, what happened, this, that, and the third. And one thing was for sure, some receivers were very upset with the team. Some people are saying they should point at Daniel Jones. And some other people are saying that they should point at the offensive coordinator, who is none other than, oh, Lord, I forgot his name. He used to coach the Cowboys. Help me out here, Jackie Ray. Oh, my goodness.
Jason Garrett.
Jason Garrett. Lord have mercy. That's see how little I care about the NFC East, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, so this video came out.
Maybe you were fronting.
I'm so sick of you. No more conspiracies. We're not doing no more conspiracies. Anyways, this video came out of Kenny Galladay just letting Daniel Jones or B, Jason Garrett have it. Now, I saw this as Jason Garrett because Daniel Jones came into the frame later on and he was already yelling in that direction. I want you guys to let me know what you feel, and then we're going to talk on this here a little bit shortly. But here's the video. Kenny's upset. Look at him. And Daniel Jones just got here.
You see Kenny Galladay.
So, do you think that like the internet? Yeah, run one more time. Yeah, we don't need the audio, is it? See,
that's not Jason Garrett.
Right here, right. He's right there. Jason Garrett was sitting there the entire time. Look at the far right. He's sitting down there the entire time. Daniel Jones just got there, put his helmet down. Jason Garrett was there sitting down the entire time. Far right. Yeah, he's barely in the clip. And I think that's why people are pointing at Daniel Jones. Because Daniel Jones responds because obviously he's going to defend Jason Garrett because Jason Garrett is helping Daniel Jones have a great season so far. Like Daniel Jones is playing well. But Jason Garrett is not writing any plays for Galladay and rookie Tony. So all I'm saying on this one is, and I think Kenny Galladay is very right to have some sort of beef because there's a lot of plays that are going for Sterling Shepard, but Sterling is converting them. But then the play that does come to Galladay, they're either A, being overthrown, or B, they make no damn sense, especially for the guy who was probably top 3 receiver in the league last season. Look up the stats. So, Jackie Ray, do you think that this is a confrontation between Galladay and Daniel Jones, or do you see what I'm seeing in between him yelling at Jason Garrett? And does Galladay have a point, regardless of who he's yelling at?
I don't know who he's yelling at, to be honest, because I can't tell if he's yelling at Daniel Jones or if he's yelling at the guy that's polishing the helmet. And I didn't even see because the guy that's polishing the helmet is like, bro, I just work here, you know.
Bro, my bad, man.
But here's the point of the matter that I do find problematic is regardless of who he is yelling at, Jason Garrett is the person who's in leadership, and he should have diffused that situation immediately. If he's yelling at Jason Garrett should have stood up and went over there and be like, yo, let's talk about this. If he's yelling at Daniel Jones, he should have stood up and said, if you've got a problem with what he's doing, then you've got a problem with me. So let's still talk about it. Either way, he's sitting there and he's not addressing the situation. And I think that's problematic if you're going to be in his position. If you're the offensive coordinator and somebody has a problem with the way the offense is going, you need to be the person who takes the brunt of that. So I have a problem with the way Jason Garrett handled it. Daniel Jones, this is just going to happen. I don't have a problem. If he's yelling at Daniel Jones, I have less of a problem with it because this happens when players feel like the offense or things aren't happening the way they're supposed to happen, they will get in each other's faces. I think the problem for me only is that Jason Garrett is sitting right there. And even though I'm okay with it. Yeah, even though I'm okay with players having those kinds of interactions,
right?
Because they have to happen, honestly. But you still don't want that kind of negative energy to convey on the field. So if you're in earshot of that as the offensive coordinator or the head coach or whatever, you're supposed to step in and do something about it. And the fact that he just sat there, I wouldn't even have got mad if he just stood up and said, whoa, whoa, whoa. And if that was the end of what he did.
Cut it out, Kenny.
Right, but just to sit there like, ooh,
just let it.
You mad, like he didn't do anything, you know, except for just kind of sit there. And I don't think that's how you handle that personally.
Well, resident Giants fan in the chat, I was looking for one. We needed one. Josh Colon, however you say your last name. I apologize if any of those were wrong, but he said, and I'm going to read it how I see it. He has no reason to yell at Jones. He dropped 2 passes and played a great game. I mean, Galladay played an okay game. Jones played a good game. And yes, he's right. Galladay did drop 2 very easy passes. That's true. But he also got overthrown 3 times as well. And I agree. If there's any argument, I don't see why he would yell at Jones. Jackie's right. I would prefer it. But in this situation like this, I don't see why he would be yelling at Jones because I don't see how any of that would be Jones's fault. Again, the plays seem to be written for Sterling Shepard. So if he's mad at anybody, Jason Garrett would be the guy to be mad at. But to Jackie's point, that's not something you should be handling on live TV like that.
Yeah, that's why I think he might be yelling at Jason Garrett especially because a lot of times in these games, our eyes are kind of limited in what we can see because of the camera angles. So I don't know if there was on the play before this, and I'd have to go back and watch to say for sure. But I don't know if GALLODAY was open and Daniel Jones. Now that's the one thing that I did notice about Daniel Jones. He has a first and maybe a second look. He's definitely not going to that third look a lot of times. So I don't know if this was a situation where GALLODAY was open and Daniel Jones didn't even look his way.
Didn't even look at him, right.
And then that caused the beef. And now maybe he was yelling at both of them like, you didn't even look my way and you done taught him not to look my way. So maybe he was just like yelling at both of them, which I mean, I can see that too, because we don't get to see the whole entire field a lot of time with the camera angle. So I'm not entirely sure if he was open or not, but usually when you get this kind of yelling, that's exactly what happens. Somebody is wide, butt naked, open, like you say, and nobody's even looking their way. That's usually when these conversations happen.
And Gary Turbo, yes, he's the offensive coordinator, bro. He's the offensive coordinator. Jason Garrett is the offensive coordinator of the Giants. Been so for now. This is his second season. All right, well, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I think we're in agreement on that one. Because either way, whether he is yelling at him or not, it should have been diffused. I know you're frustrated, and I love the passion. I love that, but at the same time, for the sake of the team, you don't want people to see this early, especially as a New York team, because you know what the media is going to do with this. So that's my only beef with it from Kenny's standpoint. Keep your composure, let it all out in practice, because like I said, you know the media going to have a field day with it, being that you are a New York team. That's all I'm saying about it. But you know who doesn't care about that moment? The Washington football team, because they learned their lesson, because they got memed. I was trying to find it and put it on here, but it doesn't matter because it's a long video. They got memed after losing to the Chargers in week 1, and it was a phenomenal meme. The Chargers used a whole clip from Sesame Street talking about what is the letter of the day. It's L. It was phenomenal. It was so good. Chargers social media has been on point. I know not many of you guys watch the Chargers, but their social media team is phenomenal. So they were feeling the type of way for a full week. And you can tell that they're like, you know what? If we win this next week, we about to give this team the business. And they did a pretty good job, because this meme was actually kind of funny. And then they posted this right after beating the division rival Giants. Yes. Price, or not Price, but what's this one called? What's this one called? Howie Mandel?
Let's make a deal, or no? That's between.
No, you're right. Is it Let's Make a Deal? I think that's right. I think that's what it's called. That's what it's called. But it's proper meme. 10 out of 10. The Giants fan looking like Daniel Jones walking away like, no! 0-2. She didn't want to give it to him, but it had to happen. Good meme. But like I said, I feel like the Washington football team was just they were so upset by how bad they got burned by the Chargers after the week 1 loss that they had to put a meme together. I thought that was good. I'll give it a solid, 7 out of 10, 7.5. It was a pretty good meme. But I'll tell you what thing. I know we ain't on what we not gonna do, but I'll tell you what I'm not gonna do, and that's what Bart Scott is about to. I don't know. He about to lose an eyebrow, y'all, because this man, I don't know if it's the Jets in him or whatever the case may be. And I get it. The Niners looked great in that first week, but he got some hatred for the Eagles. It feels like the fans are getting way too overhyped about the Eagles' week 1 win. And he might be right, because it was the Falcons that they beat. The Falcons. Anyways, but Bart Scott is taking it to a whole nother level, saying that he's going to shave off his eyebrow if the Eagles win against the 49ers. Don't believe me? Check out the clip.
That's where it starts at. Where it starts, Bart.
Can we have one shot? Can we have one shot on me and D-Wood?
Get this one shot.
Okay, listen.
Come on.
I bet you that if the 49ers lose to the Philadelphia Eagles, I'll shave my eyebrow off. What say you?
Oh, my goodness.
What say you?
Oh.
What say you?
Let's see.
Yeah, we know you be beating your face up. You're going to be drawing your eyebrows on. Put your money where your mouth is, Steve Wood.
Wow.
Put your eyebrows up. Right one, left one. I don't care. If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
Wait, though. You got to play it again and watch the guy in the back.
Yeah.
On
the TV?
Like, no!
Yeah. Yeah. I was like,
my face.
He turned around on the computer, right?
Yeah. He turns around.
Yeah. Hold on. No. No.
Oh my God! Did you just say that?
I didn't even see him talk. I saw the turn, and how he's like, "Wait a minute, what the hell is Bart going to say? What is Bart about to say?" But I did not see that. Oh no! Oh my God! I love the belief in himself and the belief in his take. I love that part of it. But man, like it's the Niners. We don't know which Niners you're gonna get in week 2. They played great against the Lions, but they still almost lost that same game against the Lions in week 2. The Eagles look good. I don't know. Do you think that Bart put a little bit too much on the line, or you think that his eyebrows are safe?
See, here's the thing. You know, I am the queen of, hey, you ain't got to pay up that bet. Like, that's just who I am.
Oh, I forgot about you. I completely forgot.
But that's why the kind of bets that I make are just kind of like, you know, they're just little bets, you know, bets that if I don't pay up, no one's mad at. Or if I do pay up, they're not, because I'm not going to give you my money. I'm just not going to do that. I don't make money
little bets.
Yeah, a little bit.
You were going to have me perform an entire song in front of Staples Center if I had lost. I didn't, by the way. And that's a little bet.
Because first of all, the time of season that we would have gone down to the Staples Center, there wasn't going to be a lot of people. So it's just going to be for the camera. That's a little bit. That's a little bit. Is that not a little? I feel like that's a little bit. Anywho.
Carry on. In the words of Kendrick Perkins, carry on.
Okay, but even if that is a big bet, it's not a walk around here looking like an alien till your eyebrows grow back bet.
Facts.
You can't get away with not paying that because you've said it on national television. You know, so just little bets are where you want to live your life.
Yeah, I get you. Look, but unless he is real confident. I don't know if I could be that confident unless it's my own team. I don't know if I can come in that confident. He just felt a type of way about Eagles fans this past week, so he felt really confident. I don't know, but my other question is, if he does pay off the bet, and if it were you, I know you wouldn't pay off the bet. I know not. I just completely remember who Jackie Ray was. But if you did pay off the bet, would you rock the one eyebrow look, or would you just let them both go and just go that way?
Oh, I would well, see, here's the thing. There was no preface in this bet, so I would find the workaround. I would shave off my eyebrows, and I would draw them back in.
There you go. Right. No, I think that's the yeah, for sure. I think that I'll do the same exact thing, and I make a joke out of it because I'm not gonna walk around with no eyebrows. That's gonna look scary. So I'll do something funny with it. Make it like make them like I look constantly upset. There you go, lightning bolts. Yeah, just the entire show. Chris, why are you so mad? No, I'm really happy. What are you talking about? But I'm like looking up. Yeah. See, that'd be fun, but nah, that's a crazy bet.
Have to pay this
for sure. For sure.
When you say it with your chest like that, like, what say you?
For
no,
sure.
bro, what say you? Your eyebrows?
No, bro, what say you, dogs? Oh, you all right? Chill out, man. You play for the Jets, not the Giants. Why you hate them so much? I don't know, man, but stay tuned because I'm sure we'll be tuning in on Monday or Tuesday's post up with the video of him shaving his eyebrows off because I'm going with the Eagles on this one because I'm just not buying the 49ers like that. They played great, but they fell apart. So I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, sticking to football, Chad Johnson. Now we know Chad Johnson is a very giving dude. Chad Johnson pays his over tips, when he goes to restaurants. Anytime he has, there was a whole situation where he was trying to get an Uber and some dude gave him a ride and he overpaid that guy. Like Chad Johnson is a man of his word and he loves to, give money to the people. Well, he is offering a $1,000 photography opportunity. He put this tweet out saying, not sure what the good going rate is for photogs, but is there a photographer in Tampa that wants to make an easy $1,000 for an hour worth of work at Caltas boxing gym this morning? Now, I can tell you one thing. I'm not no photographer, but in the editing where I feel like the prices are kind of close unless this guy is doing videography and he's editing the picture and all that stuff together. I'll tell you what, the asking price probably wouldn't be close to $1,000. It'd be around the park, maybe $500, $700. Maybe you could finesse it, but $1,000 is a lot of money to be for Chad Johnson to be giving out. But let me tell you one thing though: if I'm Chad Johnson, I'm going to this guy right here. Even though I know he's trolling, I'm going to my man, the Fresh Prince of Healthcare, saying my phone takes great pictures, bro. I got you for $100 and a Big Mac. So this is to me, this meme is a double entendre because the picture is the kid that faked being a doctor and got away with this, so the whole thing is great. But like, yeah, man, $100 and a Big Mac, man. But Jackie, $1,000 $1,000 to do photography for about an hour. I'm taking that. I don't know who got the job yet. I'm sure we're gonna find out. But what you thinking?
I mean, I would take. I need Chad to Google how much stuff costs.
I'm saying he just throwing money.
Yeah, didn't he pay somebody $1,000 to come pick him up and take him to McDonald's?
McDonald's. Yep.
And he could have Uber Eats it. Eats it. He could have said for Uber
He got back Uber Eats it.
For like $30 or something like that. I just don't understand.
Right.
I appreciate maybe this is his way when he feels in a giving spirit. He says, you know what, I'm gonna give this way, you know, and so it's a win-win for the person who does it. You get to meet me and you get some money. So maybe this is what he does when he's in a giving spirit. But I mean, I'm not gonna knock him for that. But if this is not what he's doing, and if he really just don't know how much stuff costs, Google is your friend. Just Google it.
Yeah, you should have Googled that for sure. But I mean, whatever. I don't know who got the job. I'm sure we'll find out. But Chad Johnson being Chad Johnson, man. All right. So the last three are, normally the wild cards on post stuff. So these ones are fun. And I just want to preface this next one by saying this guy did not design the Rams logos. This is not Little Timmy. So when I show you this cool moment, do not attack my guy for being Little Timmy, because we came on here and we gave Little Timmy hell for putting together those damn Rams logos. This guy is their social media guy. He is not the one that put together these logos. All right? I want to put that out there, okay? With that being said, here's the video. Oh, yeah, we can't play the music because it's heavily copywritten. As most know, I do social media and design for the LA Rams. So look, he's on all these things. Well, I took a challenge of trying to make end zone designs for the team to use for the season. Made a few modern throwback designs to match their unis, thinking mine weren't going to be used. And then boom, isn't that cool? I think that's kind of cool. They ended up using them. Yeah, they used my designs for the opening night for millions around the world to see, crying emoji. And how fitting for the former teammate to score in it first. Yeah. That's kind of cool. I thought that was really dope. Speeches. I love that. Like he said, he was just doing it. I do social media design for the squad. So why not put my little 2 cents in there? Maybe they'll take it, and they use it. And now that's one that they're gonna be using for the season. I think they're using it for the entire season. I don't know, but I think that's really cool. That's a really dope story. Shout out to my man. All I could call him is Ram social media guy because I couldn't find his name. But shout out to Ram social media guy. That's really cool. Again, we know it's not your fault that the Rams logo looking like it's looking. You did what you had to do with what you got. And I think you did a great job with it. So shout out to you. Give us Little Timmy's number so we can give him some pointers. All right. Next up, this one kind of cosigns. It kind of goes with what we were talking about yesterday. Kind of talking about the middle schooler that got the scholarship way too soon, and both of us have a little bit of problem with these kids getting too much attention too early. Well, we got another little kid that's out here hooping. I like it, but I'm also a little worried about it because, sometimes, like I said, when it gets too much attention, it goes to their head and then the whole everything goes out the window. But this was kind of dope. Little man was out there balling, putting the moves on him and making jump shots. Here's little man. 9 years old, by the way. Check this out. Look at him. Come here. It looked like they're on the same team at first. I was like, what are we doing? Come here. Keeping it low. Obviously playing with olders. Wabop. Playing with older kids. Look at that. Come here. I don't need the screening guard. That's Wabop. Oh, yeah. All right. Like the braids. Coming through. Wabop. This kid's nice. He got the number 1 on the back. I like it. Good pass there from little Steph Curry. Back up. And I think he's lefty. Wabop. I love it. Little man doing his damn thing. Dreadlocks. No locks. Head rocks. Let's go. Wabop. What? That guy's jersey number was 187?
Inappropriate.
They said NFL, we got your back. We can wear whatever number you want. Yeah, so he's just going in, doing work. It's nice. Easy money. And he got disrespectful on that last clip. I don't know if you saw that. Like, she got the rebound, she about to inbound. My man tapped it out for no reason. Like, you ain't got to do all that. Come on, son. That's a delayed game, bro. But how you feeling about little man out there hooping? Like, no big deal. Like, yeah, let him hoop. It's really good to see his work. Are you worried about him? What's your thoughts on it, real quick?
No, I think he's got mad talent. I think he's gonna, we'll probably follow him. I think, especially for kids at that age, I think he did an amazing job because them uniforms look almost exactly the damn same. I didn't get
saying, bro.
I was like, how he know who's on his team? But then I was like, oh, there's this more purple than yellow. But yeah, whoever designed those jerseys are trash. But yeah, I mean, it's always fun to see kids, especially little kids like this, going against kids that are clearly older because they're already advanced. But I still keep that same energy. Like, don't, this is something that they love right now. He's a kid. His interests might shift. And if his interests shift, that has to be okay. We can't just lock kids into this sports box if they find out later in life that's not where they want to be. So this is cool, but just let him be who he develops into.
Let him live.
This is
right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I co-sign that. I'm excited for him. Like you said, he's out there hooping. I'm not going to take away his blessings because that's great. But at the same time, I completely agree. Just please don't let this, turn into, all right, man, you made it. Now this is what we got to do. Like, just, tread lightly with it. Handle it like LeVar Ball. Now moving on for the last and final one right here. I'm not even going to just, you see the title? All right, run the video, man.
Let go. Let go.
And the best part is it freezes on Jim. If you guys watch The Office, like it's so fitting. It's so fitting for people who watch The Office. It's like Jim's face, like like a right at the crack, like That's
what got me dying is how he's looking
at the break. This made me so mad. And then the one that's like 3, 2, 1, she had the nerve to laugh. You're egging this on. I hope the girl that did it doesn't get in the most trouble. She's like 3, 2, I'm recording it. This is gonna be great. 3, 2, 1. No. That made me so mad. My man Jim looking at the thing. Disrespectful.
And who's right. And the thing is I bet my last dollar that's not her room. I don't know who's
for sure
that is, but it's not her room.
She had that I just popped in and we're gonna do some shenanigans kind of vibe. Like she walked in right at the door, like, let's do some nonsense. Like this ain't my 100% that's not her room. Nah, whack. No, man. Yeah, do not play ball in the house. That's Papa Chris coming out. Hey, put that thing down. We ain't playing ball in the house. That's Papa Chris coming out. We ain't doing this.
Hands and beds. What does that even mean? Remember when?
Yeah, hands and beds.
Hands and beds.
All right, okay, that. Yeah, I used to be so confused by that. I just put my hands in my pocket. That's what I used to do. I didn't get it. I never got it. I was like, "What do you mean hands in beds?" Like I can't. So I put my hand in my pocket, just be looking at them. In my pocket.
Run to the nearest thing and put my hands up. It's not a bed, but is this?
Yeah. Oh no, we would take it literally. Me and my brother, we were going to sit down, but I put my hand in my pocket, and then my brother Daniel. Shout out to my brother Daniel. This man owns a Tesla. He has a lot of money, but he was slow. He would go. He would literally reach out and try, and he put his hand on the bed. I'm like, no, idiot!
That's what I would do. That's what I would do.
You would Superman jump to your bed like you had a time limit?
I didn't know this.
That's what you would do. He would jump like he would. I'm sorry. We derailed on the show. Love you, Daniel. Love you, bro. Love you. Anyways, yeah, that's what I would not do.
He's slow. I'm taking that with me everywhere I go today.
He got more money than me. Yeah, but my man, look, man. He was, oh God. Anyways, that's what I'm not gonna do. Jackie Ray, tell us what we not gonna do, yo.
Let me try to get through this, guys. I'm not gonna let you think I just giggled the whole time, but let me get my bearings for a second. Let's get into what we're not gonna do, because this one not as funny as what Chris just did, but this is one of those times where I'm like, I don't know what's happening in San Francisco. I don't know why it's happening. None of it makes sense to me. Mark Sanchez to me is the poster boy for USC. Does not produce good quarterbacks, but they do make it to the NFL. But when he says something about the difficulties of realizing your time is pretty much up, at least with that team, I think he knows exactly what he's talking about. So on Sunday, there was this moment in time where Jimmy Garoppolo, he went down there, he did his thing. He got them into the red zone. And then Kyle Shanahan was like, oh, good job, Jimmy. Sit on the bench. I'm going to let Trey Lance go in. Next level petty, in my opinion. And then so Trey Lance goes in there. He gets the touchdown. And then when he comes back to the sideline, then Jimmy G gives him a hug. I didn't see that game in real time. I saw the highlights, and I did see that hug. And my first thing was, ew. Like, why would you do that? But that's just me. But Mark Sanchez, he was like, that hug is really a tough hug to give. And I was thinking, yeah, and it's a hug that I just flat out wouldn't give. You know, I'm just not going to do this. I'm not going to hug the guy that literally is brought here to replace me when I still have things in the tank. I'm going to be professional. I'm going to go out there and be as professional as possible. And when we have to work together, we will work together. But you ain't getting no accolades from me, bro. That's just not how it's going to go. But Jimmy G, after the game and then in his post game, he said he had this to say about what Mark Sanchez said about that hug being difficult. He said he's not wrong. It is what it is. It's the type of situation. It's one of those. We had a good drive, marched down there. Kyle called the package, and he's the head coach. Whatever he calls goes. And then he went on to say, it's kind of one of those situations where I know the guys in the locker room. They know me. I know where I stand with them. And at the end of the day, that's what really matters. As long as those guys got my back, I've got no problem doing whatever it takes to win. I don't know. This league is crazy. Things happen. You've got to roll with the punches, kind of let the chips fall where they may. To me, that's basically saying, I don't really want to be here because of this dude right here named Kyle Shanahan. He gets on my last nerves. I don't like him. He doesn't like me, and I'm stuck. The only thing that makes this okay for me are the guys in the locker room. Maybe Trey Lance is a part of that. Maybe Trey is appreciative. He understands who Jimmy is. Maybe him and Jimmy have developed a relationship where Jimmy can be the bigger person and say, hey, this isn't this kid's fault. This is just the way the business goes. It's not his fault that, you know, Kyle and we have this beef, and he's got me out here in limbo. So I get that. I'm still not doing it, though. And that's just me. What I'm not going to do is pretend that I'm going to give a damn that it's not your fault or not. The fact of the matter is I went down there. I got us in the red zone. I led this drive. I should have been able to finish it. Facts. But because your boy over there, Kyle Shanahan, is petty, I didn't. And I get it. Be the bigger person. But I'm not going to be big enough to hug the person that Kyle is using to sabotage me. So my hat, I got to take a bow. I got to yield the floor to Jimmy G for being that guy. But Kyle should be ashamed for the way that he's handling this situation. It was so blatantly obvious that Jimmy was leading this drive. There's no reason he shouldn't have finished it, except for Kyle is petty. So he's the one not being professional, and he's the one that's causing this turmoil. And it's horrible. I feel so bad. I feel so bad for Jimmy G and just having to deal with the pettiness of Kyle Shanahan. But Chris, what do you think about this situation?
Yeah, it's funny. I didn't think this was going to be a big deal because I saw it and I was just like, that's weird. Like, I was happy for Trey. Like, yeah, get your touchdown. But it was really weird because, like you just mentioned, Jimmy had he actually had a solid drive. And normally when you do a package like that, it's, you know, not in the red zone because normally you let the quarterback finish the job, or Trey Lance is going to go for a rush or something like that. No, Trey Lance just got the ball, threw that thing in for a touchdown. It just made no sense. So yeah, I don't know if there's some underlying stuff there, which is very possible because we know the Kyle Shanahan, Jimmy G, you know, beef that's been brewing for the last year and some change. But yeah, I definitely think it's been disrespectful. Like I've been saying, and I said it. You know who you wanted to go with. You should have just went with them and get Jimmy G in a situation where he can play. There's teams that could use him, and they're just dragging this whole thing along. So we'll see how this happens next up. I mean, Bart Scott's looking really closely, so we'll see how it happens this week.
Do you think that do you think this is something he has to play out as far as Jimmy G? He has to play it out for the entire season, or is maybe something can happen by November before the trade deadline, or is he's just stuck there for a season?
I think he's stuck because I think, although I was throwing a little shade at the Niners, I do think the Niners are still a very solid team. They're very complete on defense. They have competent offensive play, so they're going to be good, and there's not going to be a reason for them to get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo because they're going to be winning games unless Kyle gets his way and he just gets that penny and trades him away. But I think, unfortunately, it's just going to be a lot of awkward for the whole season. Unfortunately, we'll see how they deal with it, though.
Yeah, I mean, I that level of petty bothers me. It's hard to remain professional when somebody is just blatantly petty in your face and there's nothing you can do about it. So I personally think that if this is how Kyle is going to conduct business, I do think it's gonna blow up. So I don't know. Hopefully somebody at the top would be like, you can't be this petty. Like, you just can't. So we shall see. But you guys, it's officially 10 a.m. for us. I don't know what time it is for you, but it's 10 a.m. for us. That means it's time to start the weekend. Hey. Yes. How you gonna do your eyebrows? the weekend? You gonna keep them all intact? You gonna shape them up? You gonna get like?
Yeah, I'm gonna get him nice and shape. Yeah, get him nice and thin. You know what I'm talking about? It's gonna be a fun weekend. I'm actually going to the Chargers opener for SoFi. It's my first time getting to go, so I'm excited about it. So yeah, so I'm gonna get my eyebrows nice and ready.
Okay, I'll be in the SoFi Stadium. I think it's the following weekend. My brother is a Patriots fan, so he's still a diehard Tom Brady fan. So we're going for the Rams versus Tampa Bay. So I lost a bet to my brother, so I will have to wear a Rams jersey to that game.
That's fine. So, that's fine because at the end of the day we want the Bucs to lose anyways. That's fine. That's a good bet. Good bet. That's not a bad bet at all.
Part of the bet was I had to just go out and wear a jersey that wasn't the Saints. So he initially was like, "Okay, it has to be a Tampa Bay jersey," and I was like, "Absolutely not. I'm not."
Hell no. Right.
Like, I'm telling you now, there won't even be I'm reneging. I'm just telling you right now, I'm not paying that bet up. So
it's not happening. Right.
At least it's a Rams jersey. So when y'all on my social media at JRay the Fanatic, and you see me in Rams jerseys in 2 weeks, just know it's because I lost a bet. All right. So that's all that is. Don't forget to follow me at JRay the Fanatic. Don't forget to follow Chris everywhere at CK2K, especially his YouTube. It's fun to watch. We will see you guys on Monday. Y'all have a great weekend. Be safe. We'll see you Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Bye.
Peace.
Cheer.